Hi everybody, today we'll be putting on the TRMR rack by Trail Racks in between baby naps. Highly recommend setting out all of your materials so that it's easy to see, easy access, especially if you have to come back to it multiple times like I did during this process. Okay, now I recommend pulling up the instructions. Just go to their website and bring up the hardware list. So again, just super helpful to make sure that you're very organized, have the screws and the nuts and bolts and everything kind of put together the way that they were going to fit on the trail rack. Okay, now we'll do some pre-assembly pack racks first, and then it's important to have your instructions pulled up, but it'll have like part numbers. This is the passenger side, and then the other one is just like -1, which is the driver's side. So that's important to differentiate. We have some 29-inch foams that we're going to place on both the passenger and driver's side mounting brackets. I assume you want it as dust-free as possible, so go ahead and take a microfiber, just give it a good clean. Honestly, with this, you don't have to be as careful as I look like I'm being here because it's easy to kind of take off and replace if it's not in the right spot. Okay, we're going to move these to the side. 2 of these. Okay, it doesn't look like there's an up or a down side. Do the inside holes here, okay? And then we'll do that on both sides. Okay, we're gonna go in here. Let's grab a washer. Okay, there's already threads here. So the parts we put together before are loose still, not tightened. We're gonna set those aside. Here's our little gnome for morale. The next thing we'll be working on is the clamps and putting on the foam strips. Also, I thought it might be a good idea to like look up where the part number is and then which part it is. So this is rear passenger side inner clamp, and then I'll do it for all of them and just put them back in the bags once the foam is on them. Okay, so next we have the window deflector. We're going to take the rubber seal. Okay, they gave the tip to find the center of the rubber seal first. So we're gonna go ahead and fold it in half. Find the center here. And then put it center on first and work your way out. We're putting the logo plates on. This will go on the inside. This will go on this side, and the screw will go here. And then I'll go ahead and tighten them. We're going to work on the roof rack assembly. These are the windshield mounting brackets. You have 2 of them. The FB UP4 is on the driver's side. Passenger side. They'll have the part number in there too, just in case, but I like to have those labeled. Makes it a little bit easier. 4 of these. Okay, so now we have our, and then out of the 12 1/4 of an inch, 20, I really don't know, 12 of these, we're gonna use these, okay? is remove the hard top and then also these windshield trim cover things. Tighten them now. Okay, we're gonna set this aside. Okay, now we're going to work on the wind deflector. You want the logo facing the driver's side, so we'll have this laid out like this. I'm gonna be using the short black oxide nuts, the T-washers, and the black oxide washers for this. And then we're going to make sure that we slide in the passenger side first from the driver's side. Okay, I was wondering when we were going to use the last logo plate. I'm going to slide it under. It's currently the driver's side and the passenger side. I'm going to lay it out here. It doesn't take up too much space. Alright, we're going to make sure this faces up, so I guess when you're putting anything on the rack there, you can use those to slide in the T-bolt. These are what we'll be putting those on. So I'm actually going to do the wind deflector last, just because you have to hold it up at an angle. And then these do have the threads in the holes already. So I'm going to line it up here with the screw, and they also want us to use a little bit of adhesive or whatever they call it at the end of each screw as we're screwing it in.
Yeah, there's a middle panel and then the back. The middle one's easy.
Grab it from the outside. Okay, so to take off this back portion here, you might want to watch a video, but also remove the big screws only, not the little ones. Those come out with it. Take off the plugs. They have a little holder here for them, just to keep them safe. Okay, and then when you get up here, bolts go right here. So my husband did a bit of the work last night, but I just have to finish up and re-bolt this on either side, and then I can put it all back together and then see if the roof rack fits. You'll just have to guide it.
Okay, we're almost there. Now I have the nuts lined up on this side. We got to make sure the nuts are lined up on that.
Oh, there we go. Yay.
Okay.
Here I'm using a flathead screwdriver to kind of help lift and place the hood over the bracket and also kind of tuck in the foam. This was the hardest part for me. Alright, we're going to put this on. We're going to mount the top parts and the bottom parts. The top parts will go into either of those holes. The bottom parts will go into here. And then you can then tighten everything up a little bit, but not over tight. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned while I put some other mounts on with some storage containers. That's our next project. And yeah, until next time, bye.